Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings. We generally like to talk a lot of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general, and in this video we're going to run through our top 10 games that were released in 2022. I'm only going to say this once, so listen up. If your top 10 games aren't on this list, that's because A, we didn't play them, or B, we think they're shit. So remember, if you know it, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this. Bollocks. So number 10 on the list of our top 10 board games of 2022 is Blitzball Ultimate Edition. This was sent to us by a mate of mine who lives in Arizona who goes by the name of Shogunstein. You can check out his channel by clicking the link either there or somewhere. But the weird thing about this game is that it says on the box that it is printed in the UK, but for some bizarre reason Games Workshop won't release it over here. So I had to get it shipped over from the United States to play a game that was printed over here. In Blitzball Ultimate Edition, you will be taking control of a slimmed down Blood Bowl team. There's 6 minis to each team. You've got to cut these off the sprues, and they say that they stick together, but they actually don't. And you'll be facing off against your opponent. You'll be trying to score more goals than them, and you'll be trying to beat them up. This is a dice-based game, right? There's a lot of randomness in this game, so if you don't like randomness, then this ain't going to be the game for you. I've got a little bit of soft spot for Blood Bowl because I used to play it when I was a kid way back in the 80s when it was first released, and sort of lost its way a little bit, didn't it? There was a long period of time when Blood Bowl just sort of sat there and did fuck all. And one of the problems was that it was too bloody long, right? This game cuts that down. You've got the added bonus of drill cards and challenge cards. Like the challenge cards offer a sort of achievement system that you can claim if you can make something happen in the game. A couple of things that sort of like annoying about this is that you have to cut the minis off of sprues, and it says that they slot together, but sometimes they don't. And it's very easy to break the smaller pieces off. And I suppose it's still a random dice driven game really, but it's smaller, it's quicker, and really this is how I always wanted to play Blood Bowl. I didn't want to play this long sprawling trudge through the wilderness type thing. I wanted to just roll a few dice, score a few goals and see what happens. And yeah, this game's pretty fucking good. So number 9 on this list is a game called Kites. This utilises sand timers. You will be playing cards from your hand and you'll have to flip the corresponding coloured sand timer and try and get rid of the whole deck of cards before any of the sand timers runs out. It is such a simple concept. It's not original in the sense that sand timers are used in games, but insofar as cooperative, hectic games go, Kites does deliver that adrenaline buzz in bucket loads. It has got a few extra variants chucked in, so you're going to add cards to the deck that are going to reduce the amount of cards that you could play, etc, etc. And I suppose if you want to be picky about it, once you sort of get the hang of this, then it is a little bit too easy, so you're going to have to stick those variants in every time you play it, right? But it's not a game that you're going to be playing every day of the week, right? You could just chuck this back on a shelf, pull it out when you've forgotten all about it, and just get that sort of cocaine hit from this frenetic mental game. So number 8 on this list is it's not really a horse, it is a horse racing game. What am I talking about? Shut the fuck up, you prick. But it's more of a betting game more than anything. It's ready, set, bet. In this game, you will be using an app, or you can get somebody to roll a couple of dice if that's your thing. And you'll be moving horses in a race, and you'll be betting in real time on which horse you think is going to come first, second, or third. Or maybe you want to place some bets on some more exotic wagers. Ready, set, bet, again, really does get your heart pumping, especially towards the end of the race. And if you're using the app, it's even got commentary there to add a little bit more flavour and a little bit more theme to the game. It's one of the best games we played last year. And if you like real-time games and you like the old horse racing betting stuff, then it's a no-brainer, innit? Just go and get it, you thicko. So number 7 on this list, I suppose this is the first cheat game on this list because it's more of an expansion more than a game. But I don't care, it's my channel, I do whatever the fuck I like. But it's Vitaculture World. I included this on this list because it really does change the game up and turn it into a sort of a cooperative experience, right? Vitaculture World's got a series of modules. You'll be focusing your attention on different regions in the world, like South America, for instance, or not. And you'll be working together to achieve a certain number of victory points. This game game puts little rubber hats onto your workers, right? It's a nice touch. But it did cause some controversy with a couple of cards that were included that referenced some conquistadors or something like that. But if you can erase history from your memory, like most people do these days, then Vitaculture World offers so much variation to the original game. It obviously offers a cooperative slant to the game, and there's enough extra mechanisms in here that helps you rediscover your love for what was a simple classic game, yeah? So the next game on this list is a game called Endless Winter. This game looks the dog's bollocks, right? I'm not joking. The production value on this one is off the charts. It's got one of the best inserts that we've ever seen. It's got some of the best components that we have ever seen. But at the end of the day, once you peel off that layer, then it's basically a Euro-style game with a deck building element. You'll be sending your workers out onto action spaces, and you'll be paying for these actions by spending resources and playing cards. Nothing new there, right? However, you can save your cards for an end of round eclipse phase, right? And these will trigger extra bonus actions. A little bit like Dune Imperium in a sort of roundabout sort of sense, right? There are loads and loads of different paths to victory in this one. You're going to be using multi-use cards. You're going to be having a little bit of area control sort of thing, set collection and all that sort of stuff. And it just looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? I just wish all games looked this super duper. So number 5 on this list is 11, the Football Management board game. I've been waiting 49 years for this game to be released. Well, not actually 49 years, because I didn't start playing games until 1979, so that would make it 44 years, right? But I've been waiting for a decent football management simulator game to come out, and this one kind of delivers it, sort of. In 11, you will be managing a football club, and you'll sort of be playing the matches in a weird sort of way. You'll have club directors that will be taking stupid decisions that you will disagree with, but there's nothing you can do about it. You'll be signing different players. Maybe you'll sign some international players. You'll be renovating your stadium from a Dr. Martin's League shack to a Premier League bird's nest. And you'll be arranging your players in certain formations that will hopefully allow you to beat the opposition. Okay, this game isn't perfect, right? The match simulation is a little bit wonky. There's some random bullshit in there with some random die rolls, which does fuck this game up slightly. But the fact that you can take control of the economy of the football club is something that I haven't really seen before in games that were released after 1982. There's a load of mini expansions for this, so you could get international players. You've got the stadium expansion. You've got the unseen events expansion where weird stuff happens. But, you know, I've been playing Football Manager games since Kevin Tom's Football Management game was released on the ZX Spectrum in 1982. So it's just nice to see something like this hit the table, yeah? So number 4 on this list of our top 10 games of 2022 is The Thing, the board game. This is a hidden traitor game. One player is going to be the Thing, and they'll be running around the Antarctic facility to try and infect other players. This game is as close to the movie as you are going to get. All the main characters are in here. Kurt Russell is in here. Unfortunately, he's not going to be pouring whiskey into a Betamax video player, right? But you'll be trying to escape from the facility, maybe on the snowcat or the helicopter, before the Thing infects everyone else, and there's no way to get out alive, right? This was a bit of a surprise for us last year. We heard that the rule book was a pile of dog shit, and yes, indeed it was a pile of dog shit, but we had so much fun with this. It just puts another slant on the hidden traitor genre, and if that's your sort of thing, then really need to pick this one up, because it's absolutely fucking awesome. So number 3 on this list of our top 10 games of 2022 is a Euro-style game called Teleton. This is a dice selection game. Obviously, you'll be selecting dice, right, and it'll give you dual uses. You'll be able to use the dice for action points, and you'll also be able to use the dice for resources. This game sort of reminds us of Orleans and Troyes. You'll be able to move your meeples around a map and take actions. You'll be able to build cathedrals. You'll be able to stuff your house full of strangers, right? But the mechanics work really, really well. It's by the same geezer that done Marco Polo, and it shows, right? We enjoyed Marco Polo, so it was a no-brainer that we were going to enjoy this one. It's one of the best, or if not the best, Euro game that was released last year. If you don't like Euro games, this game looks awful. It looks like someone's spilt custard in your slippers. But Euro games aren't meant to be attractive, are they? They're meant to be played in your head, and this one excels on all levels, right? Number 2 on this list is a racing game called Heat, Pedal to the Metal. When I first heard about this game, I just thought it was going to be another bullshit racing game. I thought it was going to be a clone of Flamme Rouge. but I was wrong. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Yeah, not very often, but it happens. In this game, you will be playing cards from your hand to move your car forward, and you'll be using heat cards to boost around the track at a faster rate. Problem is, the more heat cards you got in your hand, the less powerful your hand is going to be. So you're going to want to have heat cards in your hand to boost, but you want to get them out of your hand as quickly as possible so you can get more useful cards in your hand. This game comes with a load of modules that really do amplify the theme. They make the game infinitely better, and there's loads of built-in catch-up mechanisms. If you find yourself stranded at the back, chances are all is not lost, and if you play skillfully enough, then you will be able to at least have a fighting chance of doing over the leader. It does borrow heavily from games like Flamme Rouge, Downforce and Ave Caesar, and I'm not really sure whether I prefer this or Ave Caesar, right? It's a little bit more complicated. Ave Caesar scratches another itch, but this has got a championship mode where you can play 3 races and then add up the points from each race. So that is a really nice touch. But Heat, pedal to the metal, add something new to the genre. It's not just a bog standard boring racing game. And if you can find it, which you probably can't at this moment because it's sold out everywhere, then you're going to have to get it in your... It's number 1 on this list of our top 10 games that were released last year is a cheat, right? This game was actually made in 2021, but my excuse is that it wasn't available in the UK until 2022. It's Ark Nova, right? You lot at the back, again, I'm going to start moaning saying, well, this weren't on your top 100 board games of all time. And no, it weren't. But I'll tell you why. It's because we felt that we hadn't played it enough to actually come to a decision as to whether or not it should be included, right? But now we have done that, and it's an amazing game, yeah? This is a zoo simulator. A lot of people refer to this as Terraforming Zoo, which is a load of bullshit. Don't pay attention to those monkeys, yeah, because they're talking out their arse. But in this game, you'll be playing cards into your tableau, and the position of the card that you play in your tableau will determine the strength of that card. You'll be able to build enclosures on your map, yeah? You'll be able to put animals into those enclosures, yeah? And you'll be able to hire these specialist individuals to help you run your business better than Robert Maxwell. Ark Nova is just one of the best games that we have played in a very long time. It's got the sort of photographic artwork on the cards, right, which a lot of people don't like, but for some reason it really does work in this game. There's just so many options, yeah. There's just so much to do in this game. It just feels like that nothing is left to chance, yeah. Every decision that you make in this game means something, and if you fuck it up, then it's on you. It's nothing to do with the game. I don't know where they're going to go with this. They've released a couple of extra maps for this, and even though there's 1,000,000,001 cards in this game, just want more and more stuff for this. So yeah, Ark Nova, that's the best game we played last year. We just had to make sure that it was the best game, and it is. So there you go. If you don't like it, fuck off. So there you go, that's our top 10 board games that were released last year. Remember, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit the like button or hit YouTube bullshit. See you next time.